By fostering dialogue between the government and the private sector on budget transparency, open governance, and policy reforms, you not only support our cause, you are our partners in the agenda for prosperity. As the chair of the Philippine Open Government Partnership, the Department of Budget and Management has been keen on being an example of transparency and accountability. This is why today, the Philippines is the most fiscally transparent country, not just in Southeast Asia, but in the entire Asia, based on the last open budget survey conducted by the International Budget Partnership. The 2025 national budget amounts to 6.326 trillion pesos, or equivalent to roughly 22% of the GDP. It is higher by 9.7% compared to last year's budget, and it will propel an economic and social transformation by prioritizing programs and projects aligned with the Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028. The social services sector, which includes education, health, and social protection, received the highest budget allocation with 2.030 trillion pesos, or 32.1% of the total national budget. And as mandated by the Philippine Constitution, education remains our top priority, with an allocation of some 1.041 trillion pesos, or 16.5% of the national budget. Meanwhile, the economic services sector received the second highest allocation, with 1.968 trillion pesos, or 31.1% of the national budget. For this year, some 1.644 trillion pesos, or 5.7% of the GDP, will support the Build Better More infrastructure programs that will facilitate connectivity and economic activity across the country. We will also build social infrastructure to help boost inclusive economic growth. To fund these critical infrastructure projects, we are leveraging innovative financing mechanisms, including strategic co-investments with the private sector through the PPP, or Public-Private Partnership. Our climate change expenditures for fiscal year 2025 will more than double to 1.156 trillion pesos from just 457.4 billion in 2024, the highest increase since we started tracking our climate expenditures since 2015. We are developing not just public infrastructure, but also digital infrastructure. Hence, we have allocated some 68.9 billion to support the government's digital transformation program. To truly achieve our agenda for prosperity, the government introduced game-changing reforms, including the new Government Procurement Act. I am honored to share that the NGPA, signed by the President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. in July 2024, is now hailed as the biggest anti-corruption measure in the country's recent history. And I am happy to share that the implementing rules and regulations of the NGPA have already been approved just yesterday. The business sector has always been a vital part of open government and is an indispensable partner in advancing transparent, accountable, and participatory governance worldwide. So let me share with you government's accomplishments and initiatives rooted on the principles of OGP. First, again, I am proud to share that for the first time under the PBBM administration, we have institutionalized the Philippine Open Government Partnership through an Executive Order number 31 series of 2023. We are also strengthening public participation in the budget process, ensuring that citizens have a meaningful role in shaping policies and driving the nation's progress. In February, we launched the Support and Assistance Fund to Participatory Budgeting in collaboration with the DILG. Through the 75 municipalities, will have access to safely managed and resilient water supply and sanitation services and climate-smart evacuation centers. Through these reforms, we have been globally recognized as a leader in open governance, which has allowed us a seat in the OGP Global Steering Committee and given us an opportunity to host this Asia and Pacific regional meeting, which we hope will be the most dynamic, fruitful, insightful memorable OGP Regional Summit. Let us work together to foster a bagong Pilipinas that is open to collaboration, where the private sector plays a big role in providing quality jobs, improving our economy, and achieving our agenda for prosperity. May our dialogue today pave the way for a more transparent, accountable, and inclusive government that we all aspire for.